Hello, my name is Don Cord Taylor, and I'm doing my project on Veronica Franco.
Hey, how you doing?
Veronica
My name is Don
Franco
Cord
was
Taylor.
a
What's up? What's up?
pretty
What's up?
interesting lady based off my research. Um, I had some problems trying to pronounce a lot of these words, so please forgive me. Veronica Franco was born and raised into a family who happened to be native born citizens. Pablo Francisca was the mother of Veronica. She happened to be a Cortestan. There are two types of Cortestan. Veronica was classified as a Cortegana Honesta, which were the intelligent women of the two. In the mid to late 1560s, Veronica was married to Paulo Panissa, which was a doctor in the early 1560s. They separated shortly after being married. She requested her dowry to be returned to her after her will of 1564 and 1570. She gave birth to 6 children from different men. Only 3 children happened to survive past an infant. She was a lady who was used to supporting herself and also her children. Veronica was raised with 3 other siblings, and she happened to be the only female out of the 4 children. She was very blessed to be educated by private tutors throughout her childhood. Her brothers were the one who tutored her. She was fortunate to be involved in Veneer. Veneer, it was a literary advisor which was available to both men and women poets. But during that time, men kind of dominated that. Men to equal at the time. Um, this was offered to the people, only offered to the people where she was raised, which is called Veneto, excuse me. As a Kurgana Anesta, she lived a pretty lavish lifestyle. She talked with thinkers, artists, and politicians and poets. She also played music and was very knowledgeable of the literature of Rome and ancient Greece. Franco became a known visitor to Convenir, which was his private place. She exchanged her capital with male poets. In exchange, she received sonic commissions for anthologies. She assembled only to the elite men Evian Tenin. Teresa Ramia was a poetic form that Veronica used. It was also used by Dante, which was characterized by France's exorcism, which was different. Veronica was accused of practicing witchcraft, which led her to being on trial later in her life. She published 25 poems, but 17 were her poems. The other 8 poems were written by Marco Veneer. Veronica's first poem started off expressing her sexual ways as a courtesan and how she will satisfy men. She preferred men with armor, so basically military men. In her poem in letters, she undermined the image of a woman. She represented a woman who was cruel, silent, and unachievable as a woman. For example, in Capitolo 17, the title of the poem is named A Challenge to a Lover Who Has Offended Her. It basically explains a time when she was offended by a man. She was willing to have a bloodshed fight with weapons or make love to him in bed. This shows that even though she was offended, it didn't really matter since she was willing to still make love to him. In Capitolo 3, 17, and also 20, she speaks about the power of desire and jealousy. These poems are very similar to Ovid's Heroids, excuse me. The themes and figure of speech is similar to Ovid. She also wrote familiar letters to various people, which was published in 1580. The very first letter was written to Henry III, which was the King of France at the time. The 20 letters following that was written to Jacob Tenoreto, a Vietnamese painter. It was a gift for him since he did a portrait of her. The portrait included her daily activities. And so basically, those daily activities included playing music, sitting for a portrait, of course, and making a dinner for friends, asking for a loan of a wheelchair, engaged in literary projects.